while another said.
Tonight, the fire rages on and grows larger. More acreage than ever burns in Oregon. The latest concern, the Florence fire. Flames are threatening homes and shutting down major roads. Worried homeowners look for ways out of town, while firefighters brace for the worst. Tonight, live Team 12 coverage continues. Fire season 2002. Good evening. The 2002 wildfire season rages on, causing mass evacuations across Oregon tonight.
The fires are spreading faster than firefighters can knock them down. Crews are feverishly working to get an upper hand on the worst fire season in recent years. Here's the latest. 13 major wildfires are burning more than 400,000 acres in Oregon tonight. About 13,000 firefighters and support personnel are on the fire lines. The top priorities for fire officials tonight are the Cache Mountain fire near Sisters, the Sheldon Ridge fire near the Dalles, and the Florence Sour Biscuit fire, which has burned more than 140,000 acres near Grants Pass.
After 1 week on the fire lines, firefighters in Sisters are finally shutting that fire down. The Cache Mountain fire has been burning since July 23rd, and the progress on the lines only gets better. Today, victories for the people who live there as well. Live 12 team coverage begins tonight with KPTV's Jamie Wilson live in Sisters. Jamie?
Well, Kurt, big and exciting news here in Sisters. Blackbutte residents are being told that they will probably be able to go back home tomorrow. And here's why. Take a look at the 4,200-acre perimeter of the Cache fire right now. In this area on the south side, this orange striped area, it's the only place left that's still emanating heat, and that's only about 10%. So big victories there on the fire lines. And behind me, you can probably see here at the Fire Command Center, activity is really wrapping up. That's because this fire is winding down. A clear blue sky finally shows itself over the Cache Mountain fire near Sisters. The smoke has dissipated, and the flames nearly all extinguished. Firefighters spent the morning stomping out the remaining hot spots and mopping up on the west end of Blackbutte Ranch. It's the last piece of fire-damaged property anywhere close to homes. This fire is 85% contained. But fire officials know the situation can still turn in an instant.
The day has been good to us, even though the winds have kicked up. The humidity levels have also come up. We're going to be cautiously optimistic for the remainder of today.
The last area of major concern right now is that smoking ridge on Cache Mountain. The steep terrain makes it almost impossible for firefighters to reach it on foot. That's why helicopters are attacking it with bucket after bucket of water. At another fire information meeting back in town, residents and evacuees give a standing ovation for the long-awaited good news, a possible green light to return home tomorrow.
This is Emma, and she misses all the squirrels, and so she enjoys the ranch.
The Cache Mountain fire has consumed 4,200 acres and destroyed 2 homes, but with more than 1,000 others saved, these folks simply want to say thank you. What message do you have for the firefighters?
God bless one and all. They're a special breed.
Now, we've been told that the magic number for tomorrow could be 3 p.m. That's when those residents could return home. But a few things need to happen before they can go there. First of all, there can't be any chance of a conflict between ongoing firefighting efforts and the traffic of all of those residents trekking back home. And all of the fires in the Blackbutte Ranch area have to be 100% mopped up before anyone can return. Live in Sisters, I'm Jamie Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Now, tomorrow there's another community meeting at noon. That's where folks will get the final word on when they can go home.
The Sheldon Ridge fire is still a top priority tonight, although firefighters are making a lot of progress. The fire near the Dalles is 80% contained, holding at 12,188 acres. The fire has burned 8 buildings and damaged 1 home. An evacuation warning for 200 homes in that area was lifted last night. Temperatures today were cooler for most of the state, easing some of the burden for firefighters, but conditions could get worse. KPTV meteorologist Rod Hill is out on the weather deck with the latest. Rod, it looked awfully windy in Sisters where Jamie Wilson was. Is that going to be a problem for firefighters?
Well, Sean, it's breezy right here as well. The winds are from the west, so it's kind of a good news, bad news situation. Winds tomorrow again up to about 25 miles per hour. Not absolutely horrible, but enough to produce some problems. The good news is, though, this west wind is bringing in a cooler airflow off of the Pacific Ocean and also giving us fairly hefty relative humidity levels, and that's good news. So I really think there's more good news with this airflow than bad in terms of the wind speed overall. You can see our state's clear out for the most part tonight. Still no threat of any thunderstorms on the horizon for the next couple of days, but this coming weekend is something I'm sure folks fighting those fires will be watching carefully. That low, we return to a southerly flow up into our state, and the area in red, which includes the cities of Burns, Lakeview, and Medford, in particular areas down around the Florence fire, perhaps even up into areas of central Oregon as well, will be at risk for a couple of days of more thunderstorms. And remember, that's when things really get bad. We've been blessed, Sean and Kurt, with no thunderstorms over the last couple of days, and a lot of the fire activity around our state has reached a lot of containment. So you can see what a difference it makes, thunderstorms versus no thunderstorms. We'll talk more about this weekend's possibilities coming up tonight at about 10:31.
And if you live near any of the fires burning in Oregon and you have asthma, the State Department of Health wants to remind you to stay away from the smoke. They say be sure to have an inhaler on hand in case you experience any smoky skies.
250 more Oregon National Guard troops are being mobilized to help on the fire lines. 650 Guard troops already are either on the fire lines or on their way there. That brings the total number of troops mobilized to about 900. The new soldiers will come from the 2nd Battalion, 162nd Infantry, which is headquartered in Cottage Grove. And be sure to keep it right here on KPTV for continuing coverage of fire season 2002. We'll have the very latest tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon from 5 to 9 a.m., then right back here on the 10 o'clock news.
Coming up, a strange twist in the case of the beached whales. I'm Sherry Tomlinson. Watch out for bait and switch in newspaper ads. We'll show you why coming up on I-Team 12.
I'm Anna Cuddy. I'm in Gresham tonight. Coming up, some new information about a massive drug bust that happened in that house just down the driveway.
And I'm Stephanie Fisher. Placing an ad to sell some cats is no big deal unless you've been charged with animal abuse. See who's been busted again, live, only on 12, coming up.
Just Shoot Me, weekdays.
Who says comedy isn't pretty?
How would you like it if everyone was just staring at you all day?
Like it? Why do you think I dress this way?
It's the wit and wisdom of supermodel Nina Van Horn. Just Shoot Me.
This fall on the new UPN 49. Turn it up.
Now get 0% financing up to 60 months or up to $3,500 cash back on America's #1 choice during Ford authorized clearance. Save big on Taurus, Focus, and Windstar, F-Series, Ranger, and Explorer. All with 0% financing or up to $3,500 cash back. So hurry to Ford authorized clearance at your Northwest Ford stores.
Our first lesson this morning will be the sit and stay command. And say, sit, stay, sit, stay, sit.
This dog's in big trouble.
Buy online, return to the store.
No problem.
And now, get free shipping on everything at BestBuy.com.
Deformed frogs found in a park in Tualatin. Is it nature or mankind that's creating these freakish creatures? See why it may be a little of both coming up.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment.
You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment. Look, Carl, I'm a maniac! Maniac! Let's see their entertainment do this!
It's easier than ever to rent and return movies at Blockbuster because now you can keep movies for even longer, a full week. Choose from hundreds of hot titles and stock up on entertainment by the week load. Keep your movies for a full week this summer at Blockbuster.
I swear, officer, I did not just take this Toyota. I mean, it sure feels like I did. They gave me this unbelievable deal. And I have to admit, I thought, this must be a mistake.
The rugged Tacoma is very affordable now with great low lease rates. Or get $1,000 cash back on Tundra. With these savings, it'll feel like you're getting them for a steal.
Look, I even have the receipt.
I was just going to tell you to slow it down, pal.
Nice vehicle, though.
Explore the mind of Kramer.
I got all my appointments right up here.
I'm Cosmo!
5 days a week on Seinfeld.
This fall on the new Fox 12. You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
Welcome back. Tonight there are hurried calls for evacuations in southern Oregon.
The Florence fire burning west of Medford, getting dangerously close to homes, and another fire, the Sour Biscuit fire. Live Team 12 coverage continues tonight with KPTV's Ryan Deal. He's in the small town of Selma, Oregon, with the latest from there. Ryan?
Kurt, good evening. We are operating here under a state of emergency. The fire is just a few miles away from Highway 199. This is the only evacuation route out of this valley. It has already been closed to the south because of this fire. That means getting out of here, if the alarm is sounded, is not going to be easy. Already, they are two big fires. Now the Florence and Sour Biscuit fires are merging into one. The fire line flanking the entire western side of the Illinois Valley is now making for a logistical nightmare as officials plan to evacuate 17,000 residents if the fire creeps closer to houses. There is no room for error.
If you're going to make a mistake, get them out earlier rather than have people trapped in there.
Governor Kitzhaber, in a late-day briefing with incident commanders, pledged all the state's resources. That means pulling fire crews and equipment from other fires.
But I think people down here need to know that we've got the resources, we've got the manpower, we got the air support. We'll do anything and everything we need to protect these communities.
An uphill battle. The fires nearly doubled in acreage today alone. Already there are two of the nation's elite Type 1 teams on the ground preparing to take command.
There's another national incident management team that is being briefed right now.
Talk is now turning to weather, a windy forecast that could blow the flames into town. At a town meeting tonight, residents learned the best chance is a 40% chance the fire line will hold.
Even though we have a line on the east side of the fire, which is to the west of us, I cannot guarantee you that that line will hold the fire.
Now tonight we are getting reports of two structures being lost to fire in the Oak Flat section. We have been unable to confirm those reports. Already 10 homes have been evacuated. Those elderly people and those with respiratory problems have also been asked to leave this area as the smoke here intensifies. And we also want to tell you that this fire, we are just learning, is making a run to the west. The town of Agnes now under very close watch tonight. Reporting live in Selma, I'm Ryan Deal, the 10 o'clock news.
As you heard Ryan mention, the Florence fire causing a major traffic headache down there. Highway 199 has been shut down at the state line because the flames are so close. That's a main artery for southern Oregon. Traffic crews are on hand to help people with finding a different way around.
If the Florence fire blows up like it did Sunday night, people are going to have to move quickly. The 17,000 residents of the Illinois Valley just south of Grants Pass may have to evacuate within minutes. KPTV's David Wilson joins us now live from the community of Selma. He continues our Team 12 coverage tonight. Dave?
Yeah, the community of Selma is on the eastern edge of the fire, about maybe 3 to 4 miles away. We're out in front of the Selma market where people have been coming and going most of the day, picking up last-minute supplies in case they have to leave town in a hurry. In the Illinois Valley, residents make last-ditch efforts, mowing weeds, watering roofs, defending their homes against the raging fire that burns out of control just a few miles away.
It's kind of scary, but we're just kind of in limbo, you know.
With her pets and 6 kids, Sammy Lewin waters down her property, threatening to cut these trees if the fire burns too close. All the while, she's packing up her most precious belongings.
Just getting everything ready in the trailer in case we have to go.
Clothes that can't be replaced, and VCRs, video players, that kind of thing. The creature comforts.
Just down the road from Sammy Lewin, the Shump family packs up, watching the fire's smoke bellow up from a nearby canyon.
We've gotten our dogs out of here, and I've already packed pictures that you can't replace and taken them to a friend's house near Grants Pass.
Most of the 17,000 residents in the Illinois Valley will have 30 minutes to evacuate once given the word. Vicki Shump says whether her home survives is in Mother Nature's hands.
Well, you just have to take it as it comes. You know, we leave, and it's here. When we get back, great. If not, you know, we'll just deal with it.
And if families evacuate their homes, the Red Cross wants to know, asking them to register at nearby shelters.
Whether they plan to stay there or not, and register with the shelter so that we can be able to let their friends and relatives and family members from other parts of the country know that they're safe.
Now, even though there have been very few mandatory evacuations, a lot of people have left on their own. There is a shelter open up already in downtown Grants Pass with about 30 people inside of it tonight. They may open up 3 to 4 more if, in fact, they do call for these evacuations. We're live in the Illinois Valley in southern Oregon. I'm David Wilson with 10 o'clock news.
Now, there has been some confusion about the exact location of the Florence fire. This map details where that fire is burning. Some folks have been thrown off by the name. They have mistakenly assumed that the coastal town of Florence is on fire, but the city of Florence is not on fire. That fire is more than 100 miles away from Florence in the rugged timberland west of the Illinois River Valley. The Florence Chamber of Commerce says people have even been canceling hotel reservations because of that confusion. A woman with a history of animal abuse has been busted trying to sell cats.
You may remember Victoria Webb. It wasn't too long ago. She was arrested after officers found dead and dying cats in every corner of her Washington County home. Tonight, her home is again the county jail. KPTV's Stephanie Fisher joins us now with a story you'll see only on 12. Stephanie?
You won't believe how police caught Victoria Webb. She put an ad in the paper selling some cats. Somebody answered the ad, and when they were on the phone with her, they had one of those moments where they're like, this voice sounds familiar. I think I've called this number before. And then they realized they bought a couple of cats from her a while back, and both cats died. So they called the police, and the police started to investigate. They called the number, arranged a meeting, and when they showed up, lo and behold, it was their old friend, Victoria Webb. The ad reads Maine Coon kittens. Loving, pretty, shot. These are the cats. They are pretty, they do have their shots, but the breed is questionable, as is the woman who is trying to sell them. Tigard police say Victoria Webb is at it again. They busted Webb in March after finding her home crawling with sick cats.
Lack of food, filth, and from the scene itself, there was at least one dead animal.
They charged her with animal abuse, and a judge ordered her to stay away from animals. But she didn't. Just a few months later, and she's caught trying to sell these cats. Workers at the Bonnie L. Hayes Small Animal Shelter in Washington County don't like to hear the name Victoria Webb. They got all her sick animals last time she was arrested, adding to their already overloaded cattery. When they got a call that some more Webb cats were headed their way, they had 2 questions.
How many are we getting in? What shape they're in?
Just 3 this time, and they are healthy. So what now for this mother cat and her 2 kittens? Well, for the time being, they're going to stay at the shelter with a lot of other cats. At some point, Victoria Webb is going to have to sign over custody of these cats to the shelter here in Hillsborough, and then hopefully we'll find a home for them. Right, guys? Now, police are wondering if there are any other animals Webb is hiding and if they need our help. There is something you can do to help tonight. Police don't know where Victoria Webb lives. She's not telling them, not being very cooperative. So they need to find this home. They want to get in there and see if there's any more animals. If she lives around you, you would probably know it, and here's why. The last couple of homes that she's lived in have been really filthy. One was in Beaverton, one was in Southeast. Police found at these houses litter, food, garbage, waste, all on the inside of the house, spilling out into the yard. Odds are her current home probably looks a little bit like this. If you know where Webb lives, please call Detective Chapman. She's with the Tigard Police Department. She'd love to hear from you. That way they can get in there and make sure there's no more animals that need help. I'm Stephanie Fisher reporting for the 10 o'clock news.
And just recently we told you about another pet hoarder named Vicki Kittles. In fact, she's known as Oregon's worst animal hoarder ever after Oregon investigators found hundreds of sick dogs and cats in her home. But now she lives in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and it looks like she's doing the same thing there. Investigators seized 46 cats and 6 horses from her trailer, all of them very sick. Kittles faces more than $20,000 in fines and fees.
People living in a Tigard retirement community have lost a battle against their neighborhood governing board. Today they said goodbye to their mailboxes. The residents installed the new cluster lock boxes back in April after their mail was repeatedly stolen. But the neighborhood architectural committee told them to remove the boxes because the people hadn't asked for permission first. And as you can see, those boxes were hauled off today.
The stupid part of this whole thing is that directly above the paragraph in the bylaws that says we have to replace these boxes with the exact same kind is a paragraph that states that the board has the authority to approve something that doesn't fit the normal standard if it's in the best interest of the community. They won't even look at that. They won't even look at it. So it's obvious to me and to many of us in here that this is purely a power play.
So starting tomorrow, it is back to the old mailboxes. Residents are hoping the company who installed the new boxes will buy them back or resell them. Either way, they're out about $2,000. That money came from a reserve maintenance fund. Well, tonight we'd like to know, do you belong to a neighborhood association? That's our 12 Talkback online poll. Log on to our website, Oregons12.tv, and see results tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
2 men have been charged with arson and murder for a mobile home fire. That fire killed a Pendleton couple and their daughters. Here are the 2 men, 18-year-old Cody Watson of Pendleton and 21-year-old Michael Webb. And here's who they are accused of killing. 36-year-old Bob Browning, 32-year-old Debbie Barnett, 4-year-old Don Browning, and 3-year-old Stephanie Browning. Webb was staying with Watson, who lived across from the family. Neighbors say Watson and Browning had an ongoing dispute that escalated recently, and that the dead man, Browning, was a bully.
I know that Bob had, the man at the trailer, had threatened his life. He threatened other people. He was mean. He would talk mean. He would be mean and yell and scream and threaten people. And Cody was pretty scared. That's about all I know.
I can't believe it. There's no words to say. I mean, if you look at it, you know, people are dead. What else can you say?
Police say a car was set on fire outside the mobile home Friday morning, and that Browning reported that someone tried to torch his trailer that night. Yesterday, neighbors screamed and banged on the back of the mobile home trying to get the family out. One neighbor says by the time the fire department got to the trailer, the fire was just roaring.
More arrests are expected in what police are calling a mammoth meth lab bust in Gresham. Detectives working the case described the scene at a house on Southeast 267th Street as one of the largest operations they've ever seen. Officers arrested Paul Overton. He's charged with the manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance, and so is his girlfriend, Gail Baker. KPTV's Anna Katayama is live tonight in Gresham with the very latest. Anna.
Shut over on the 6900 block of 267th tonight, and right down that driveway is the house where the drug bust happened. Police accuse Gail Baker and Paul Overton of operating out of that house for 2 years without being detected. Now, Gail Baker showed up here at the house tonight just a short time ago.
I know they didn't.
Okay.
And they were way out of line, and we have a gold plating business where it uses those solvents, but other than that, they didn't find no drugs here, so.
Baker says she showed up to pick up some items and feed her pets. She apparently posted bail or was matrixed out of jail today. And you heard her. She insists no drugs here, just a gold plating operation. Rosewood never suspected what police say was going on next door.
Kind of angers me.
Police serve a search warrant at this house on Southeast 267th in Gresham and uncover what detectives are calling a massive methamphetamine lab.
The deputies who were out there said that this was one of the most productive and efficient operations that they have ever seen.
Inside the house, police find thousands of dollars worth of solvent and red phosphorus, key ingredients in the manufacture of meth. They also find 5 handguns, stolen property, and $11,000 in cash.
And this guy was very skilled.
In custody tonight, Paul Overton and his girlfriend, Gail Baker. Police say they've been looking for Overton 6 years and consider him a major player in the local drug scene, a sought-after cook.
You know, some of these chemicals are pretty volatile, so some of these cooks are very successful in their recipe and in how they actually cook the methamphetamine. So they're pretty well sought after.
In addition to the meth lab, police accuse Overton and Baker of stealing people's identities to get cash.
But they're making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, no need to do any other work.
In this idyllic setting, the theft accusations and drug bust are meeting with disbelief.
They did hard work. You know, they were friendly.
Back live now. Please tell us they think that the couple could have made lots and lots of money in 1 year, perhaps selling as many as $2,000 to $3,000 worth of drugs in a week. In addition, police say they were stealing Social Security numbers and applying for credit under false names, and that was the second source of money. Reporting live in Gresham tonight, I'm Anna Katayama, the 10 o'clock news.
Police say Paul Overton had software on his computer that allowed him to print out Oregon identification cards.
A car prowler is behind bars tonight after deputies say he broke into several cars early this morning. Washington County deputies arrested 22-year-old Esmilio Monteroso del Cid around 7:30 this morning after someone saw him breaking into their car along Merlot Road in Beaverton. Deputies say Monteroso del Cid may be responsible for a string of car break-ins in the area. They also found a baggie with residue they think is drugs. If you live in that area and believe you may be a victim, contact the Washington County Sheriff's Department.
Coming up, Rod will let us know how long this cooler weather will stick around. Details in his pinpoint forecast.
Also, something fishy turning up in a local lake. Frogs with more than 2 feet. We have more on this riveting mystery.
Plus, the boss is back. Bruce Springsteen is kicking off his world tour, and his first new studio-recorded album with the E Street Band in more than 15 years. We'll take you to the concert a bit later on the 10 o'clock news.
Blocks that way.
You're closer to a Volkswagen than you think. In fact, really, really close.
With Verizon Wireless, now you can talk.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Or access the web.
Good.
Across the country. Act now and get unlimited night and weekend minutes to use nationwide, all on the America's Choice Network. Now with mobile web for only $40 monthly access.
Good.
And for a limited time only, get an LG phone at our lowest price ever. So don't wait. The minutes may be unlimited.
Good.
But the offer's not.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Watch what you eat. A Northwest E. coli outbreak has been traced to romaine lettuce. That story is coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
I had this vision for my home theater that only Magnolia Hi-Fi could handle. I wanted something that combined entertainment and innovation, kind of like a work of art. I needed plenty of power, great sound, and a screen as big as my garage door. But the best thing was this guy named Steve. He made sure that what I wanted, I got. Expert help. That's Magnolia Hi-Fi.
Award-winning service for over 20 years. Magnolia Hi-Fi. Experience the difference.
Tonight's weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Quiznos. Oven toasted tastes better.
Hello. Which would you prefer? This nice untoasted sub or this Quiznos toasted sub?
I could get hurt.
Wouldn't even cross the street for the Quiznos toasted sub.
The only way to beat a Quiznos oven-toasted sub is to cheat. Try our honey mustard chicken and Swiss sub with bacon and honey mustard dressing on Quiznos ciabatta bread.
Toasty.
Welcome back. A dealer of manufactured homes is in big trouble with the state of Oregon tonight.
The claims that he tricked customers into buying homes. I-Team 12's Carrie Tomlinson is here with the story. Carrie?
The company is called North Star Financial Corporation out of Salem, and here is how it all worked. The Attorney General's office says the owner put ads in the Salem paper saying he had homes to rent or lease to own. But the state says those houses did not actually exist. They say he was using them to get you to call him up so he could try to sell you a repossessed manufactured home. The company is now out of business, and the state says the owner cannot do this kind of business anymore. I-Team 12 caught up with the owner, James Young, today, and he says, well, that is fine with him.
Now?
Yeah, yep, thank God I am. So
Okay.
I don't plan on being back in it, that's for sure. I really don't have too much to say about it, okay, to be honest with you.
Now, the state says that owner, James Young, played some games when it came to financing the homes as well. In one case, they say he did not credit a down payment that he was given. They also say he lied to a lender and also did not pay property taxes that he was supposed to pay upon the sale of the home. And then, of course, it reverts to the new owner to try to clear up some of these problems.
So he's out of business, but will he actually be punished by the state?
He has to pay money. He has to pay $10,000. Most of that, a little bit more than $6,000, goes for restitution, and the rest goes to a special fund that the state runs for educating consumers about scams.
Interesting. All right, Terry, thank you. If you have a story for I-Team 12, give us a call at 503-736-0412 or drop us an email at iteam12@kptv.com.
A Northwest outbreak of E. coli has been linked to romaine lettuce. The Spokane produce company says it has voluntarily stopped processing fruits and vegetables so its equipment can be cleaned and sanitized. The Food and Drug Administration will inspect the Spokane produce plant. The company says it's pulling all of its processed products from the market and won't ship any orders until after the plant has been inspected. An E. coli outbreak sickened 29 girls at a cheerleading camp at Eastern Washington University.
Rodney's in now with a look at the weather. My daughters Miranda and Abigail and I were outside today enjoying what was a beautiful day, though a little windy, though, at times.
That's what I do. I go outside, of course, I'm
Study those
observing
meteorological conditions
whenever I'm on the golf course. And you make
Of course. That's why you're there. The only reason he's there.
That's right.
Hey, it was cooler today. You noticed it?
Yeah.
Even Shauna noticed it?
Very nice. Very comfortable for me, Rod.
That's the way
At
we
this
like
stage,
it.
Counting
we
down.
want me
We're
to
counting
become
down.
2 weeks.
Okay, let's take a look outside at what the temperatures did anyway earlier today. We talked about this cool down starting to kind of seep itself into the state of Oregon, and boy, that did happen today. Only 77 in the Rose City with all the sunshine that we had. Salem made it up to 80. Look at the Dows, only 82. A couple days ago, you're up into the 90s, so that's good news for that area. Redmond down to 88 degrees. Nobody really sizzling. Now, one of the hotter spots down south near the Florence fire, Medford, had a high temperature this afternoon of 95 degrees and should be about the same temperature down that direction again tomorrow. Here's a look up north. Seattle, by the way, has been toying with a little bit of light rain from time to time over the last couple of days. This is where the jet flow is coming across, and remember that jet flow? It's going to be slipping southward, so I still think we could get a little bit of light rain coming up in just a few days. 71 in Seattle today was the high. Olympia had 72. It was 84 in Wenatchee, and Kelso had a high temperature of 72 degrees. Pretty much it's a clear sky out there overhead across the Rose City tonight, and it is cool. In fact, tomorrow morning could be the coolest morning since the 5th day of July. 57 right now in Hillsboro. You can feel it if you're outside. 61 degrees in Portland at the airport. Troutdale matching that temperature, and it's 59 degrees at McMinnville. Here are the current conditions with mostly clear skies. Dew point at 43. Boy, that's low. Remember, the temperature often will cool down toward the dew point, and if the sky is clear, you usually get down within 5 of it. The record for tomorrow morning, by the way, for Portland is 48 degrees. We could be down close to that, believe it or not. Winds tonight are north at 10 miles per hour. Satellite picture showing we're right in the middle of a big gap of clearing. Look at this right here. Area of high pressure is parked pretty much where my fist is, still giving us a northerly flow aloft. Here's that cool air area that started to break up, and again, it's feeding some cooler air down into us. Can't really pick it out very well, but you can pick out this. Was a hurricane a few days ago. Now it's just a broad area of low pressure. May play a role in triggering some thunderstorms across the southern and central portions of our state, again, as we get going into the weekend. But for the coming days, I think everything will remain pretty quiet across the northwest. Here's our wind flow forecast. The arrow is showing us that northerly flow across our state. And I've got the cloud and the rain forecast on this as well. Tomorrow at 3:30, you can see some more rain possible up around the Puget Sound and also down in Nevada, but nothing for us. Again, this broad area of low pressure to our south may also start to move northward and give us a chance of thunderstorms as we get going into the weekend as well. I showed you this map earlier in the show. There's that big area of low pressure. We saw the clouds giving us more of a southerly flow as we get going into the weekend. The main jet stream starts to drop over Portland. That could give Portland some rain over the weekend, but the chance of thunderstorms will set up, I think, around Medford, Lakeview, up into Burns, and maybe even flirt with you folks up around Sisters and the Sun River area up in toward Bend. So we'll be watching that. Of course, any threat of thunderstorms with our current fire situation is a big, big story. It's been nice and quiet lately, and again, things could fire back up again over the weekend. Okay, low clouds on the coast tomorrow morning, but they could be really brief. I tell you, it's pretty quiet out there right now, and much of the Oregon coast still seeing stars. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s, winds near shore from the northwest in the afternoon, up to about 20 knots. Looks like low clouds, the best bet tomorrow, mainly along the Columbia River. So if you live, say, down around Wilsonville, you could wake up and see clear skies to start tomorrow morning. Government Camp, 77 degrees, 76 down on Willamette Pass. Plenty of sunshine across the Cascades. Redmond, 85 tomorrow, very comfortable day with partly sunny conditions. West winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds not as breezy in Central Oregon tomorrow as they were today. John Day, 86, and Burns tomorrow, 83. Both areas looking for mostly sunny skies, very comfortable conditions. La Grande, 85, and Pendleton tomorrow about 88 after a morning low of 55, and pretty much the breeziest winds in eastern Oregon will be up around Pendleton. The Dow's 85, into Hood River winds could be up to about 25 miles per hour, a high temperature there of 84. Okay, you get up in the morning. Some areas I think won't see low clouds. Some of us will wake up away from the Columbia River and just see some clear skies tomorrow morning. I'll say 55 at 7 a.m. It's possible that some areas for the official low tomorrow morning will be down to the upper 40s. How about that? 67 at noon, and then I'll say 76 the high temperature tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Here comes my 5-day, or rather 7-day forecast going into the weekend. I haven't done a 5-day forecast in about, 10 years now. Okay, Friday, mostly cloudy, 75. I don't see any 80s in our future, by the way, until the first part of next week. And that chance of rain I am still eyeing for the weekend is just a possibility of rain. And one of the models, if it was exactly right, we would see rain. It would be mostly Saturday evening and Saturday overnight. So we'll see how that goes. Lots of people have been emailing saying they have plans during the day.
Wedding on Saturday, too, one of our viewers.
And remember, I'm just the messenger.
We tend to forget that, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Thanks, Rod.
Ben & Jerry's is known for its delicious and naturally flavored ice creams.
But just how natural are their ingredients? More on what some are calling an ice cream cover-up just ahead.
Also, a father accused of unbelievable crime, putting vodka into the feeding tube of his sick child. That story when the 10 o'clock news returns.
I bet she's a hugger. Oh, no. Definitely a high fiber.
No. This one's a jumper.
Enjoy.
You can bet on super low 1.9% financing on the adventurous 4Runner or roomy Sienna. But that's not all. You can also bet on great cashback savings.
Pay up.
Nice.
Bill Schonley here at Standard TV and Appliance, and if it's selection you want, Standard has it, with thousands of dishwashers in inventory, thousands of washers and dryers in stock at Standard, thousands of cooktops, built-in ovens, ranges ready for delivery, and refrigerators, you guessed it, thousands in inventory, setting the selection standard with thousands of appliances, big screens, and mattresses in stock. Standard TV and Appliance.
Less than 24 hours after rescuers freed them from a Massachusetts beach, 40 pilot whales are right back where they started, and time is running out. An update on the rescue coming up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Kitty, I need to go potty.
In a perfect world, you wouldn't have to move like a track star.
Kitty, I don't have to go anymore.
Until then, all athletic shoes for back to school on sale now at Mervyn's. Vans, Converse, Nike, New Balance, and more. Mervyn's. Big brands, small prices.
Oscar! Here, kitty, kitty. Oscar!
So, how are you going to keep fleas off your cat this year?
Only Advantage stops fleas from biting in less than 5 minutes and keeps working all month. It's the fastest relief you can buy. Get Advantage from your vet. Don't give fleas a biting chance.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment.
You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment. Look, Carl, I'm a maniac! Let's see their entertainment do this!
It's easier than ever to rent and return movies at Blockbuster, because now you can keep movies for even longer, a full week. Choose from hundreds of hot titles and stock up on entertainment by the week load. Keep your movies for a full week this summer at Blockbuster.
A horrible case of child abuse tonight. A man feeds his 7-year-old stepson vodka through a feeding tube. The boy's blood alcohol content, listen to this, 0.59. That's 7 times the level at which a person is considered drunk. It's almost double the amount considered